We'll take up file 2014-52600. Jeanette Alvarez and Anthony Miniker, both are here via Zoom. Ms. Evans here as well from the front of the court. And Ms. Alvarez has filed a motion regarding support. Both parties raise your right hands. Do you both swear or affirm any testimony given this cause to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Ma'am, why don't you explain to me what led you to file the motion? What are you requesting and why? Oh, I can't hear you. Ma'am, we can't hear you. Is there a, I don't know if your microphone's not on or what, you're not muted, I can see that.
There you go. Can you hear me?
I can now, yep. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm requesting early release so I can return to work. I was incarcerated from April 25th until June 6th for 45 days pertaining to this child support case last year, and also have been incarcerated for 63 days now. That's a total of 108 days and 11 months for the case. So I'm requesting return to work.
Where do you work?
Centria, and I'm also looking into going back to a local nursing home.
Centuria? What's that?
It's a home for autism out of Grand Rapids. But I'm also looking into going back to a local nursing home.
Ms. Evan, what's the bond set at?
2,500.
90 days, 2,500?
Correct.
And is Ms. Alvarez correct in her math? She served 63 days on the current sentence?
I do know that her out date is April 12th of 2023. She was booked in January 17th.
And I also served 45 days back in April of 22. So that's 108 days and 11 months.
We have that she's been employed by Centria Healthcare since January 20th of 2021. However, we've never received payment.
Yeah, did you send an income withholding to them, Ms. Evan?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Alvarez, why don't they send in the payments?
Haven't gone into the homes recently.
I know you haven't recently.
That's why I'm also looking into going back to a local nursing home. So if you guys would like to, if we could do like a promise to pay with my release, and I can let you know who I'm looking into being employed by.
So I assume you don't have the 2,500 or you would have bonded yourself out. How much do you have that you can post toward that bond?
Nothing until I'm released. I can promise to pay once I'm released within 24 hours, but I cannot pay anything until I'm released. I have begged multiple people to come up here and post it for me so I can pay them within 24 hours and nobody has shown.
Well, I mean, that's the root of the problem is that you made promises in the past to pay and you haven't paid anything in 2 years.
I understand that.
Ms. Evan, can you look and see how much Ms. Alvarez worked last year?
How much she did what?
How much she made on your wage reporting website?
There is no income reported for 2022. In 2021, There was $253.48 reported in quarterly wage reporting in 2021.
For the whole year?
Yeah, yep.
So ma'am, how are
Second quarter and third.
how are you being paid in these jobs you have, ma'am? You didn't make any money last year, according to the IRS, and you only made $250 the year before, according to the IRS. You say you've been working, how are they paying you?
I haven't gone into the homes,
So you haven't worked,
but like I said, I'm looking into returning to a local nursing home also, not just working for some,
so you essentially haven't worked for at least 2 years.
not a ton.
Well, I mean, you made $250 one year. That's,
I've had some health issues.
why didn't you ever file a motion to stop support or lower support or do something with your support if you weren't working because of a verifiable health issue?
Procrastination, I suppose.
Are you seeing a doctor for these health issues?
I am. I saw my specialist a few days before my arrest.
What are the health issues?
I have narcolepsy,
So
so I apologize. I'm still waking up and being able to have a conversation with you right now.
how long have you known you had narcolepsy?
It was diagnosed 5 or 6 years ago, but it's been a problem since my 20s. I also may be epileptic. I'm supposed to go for another study when I'm released.
So you've done 8 weeks and 2 days, so 56, 58 days?
I counted, yeah, somewhere around there. I thought my incarceration date was the 13th. I thought I was booked the 13th.
Is that what's up?
Um,
I'm
and
sorry,
I
you're
was-
right. January 13th.
All right.
So it's 63 days. I also was curious, is it 90 days within 12 months, or can you guys do more than that in a year? Because I've done 108 in 11 months now.
Yeah, there's no, you can be sentenced to 90 days for violations of orders or contempt of court. And
More than
really, it says up to 90 days for a second offense or subsequent. It doesn't say really, the law doesn't really specify how many of those can be imposed in a year. There's not a rule. I don't particularly, I don't particularly enjoy sending people to jail, period, or recommending jail, period. But the bottom line is being incarcerated for periods of time exceeding 90 days in a year is a barrier to being able to be employed. Now, you haven't worked in 2 years, so I don't know that that's really relevant here, but I guess if you're looking to start working now, or you've got your health concerns under control enough to be able to think about looking to going back to work.
I mean, I'm over certified to be able to.
Do that, but I don't want you to walk out of here thinking, okay, I did 63 days this year. I can only do another 27 this year because the bottom line is if you fail to comply with the orders, you could find yourself having to face another show cause and facing additional jail time. And it's not really capped at 90 days a year. It's only per sentence. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a certified phlebotomist. I worked healthcare for 15 years. I want to control my health issues and go back to work. That's my goal. So I would really like to have release and be able to return to work on a promise to pay. If I can make an amount set with you guys on a certain date, if you guys give me an amount.
What's the ordered amount, Ms. Evans?
$285 a month.
All right, so, that's what would be expected. Does that include an arrears payment?
I can do
Does
that.
not.
All right. You'd have
She's
to-
$16,336.84 in arrears.
Yeah, so you probably look at another 100 a month at least to go toward the arrears that you'd be expected to pay. Mr. Miniker, what are your thoughts on the request?
I guess I don't really have much to say. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I've never seen her work healthcare for 15 years, so I think that's a bullshit lie. She does have, what is it? Borderline personality disorder. She does have that. She's had that for several years. I'm be honest. She's never gonna pay. She never has. She barely ever pays unless her grandma pays or her mom pays or somebody else pays for her. It's just never gonna happen. So I've given up on even caring or giving a shit on what she's gonna do because it's never ending. It's never gonna stop. So it's just gonna keep going and keep going. She's gonna keep pleading all these cases. She's gonna keep doing this, doing that. I'm over it. Honestly, I'm over it at this point. That's all I gotta say.
I can promise to pay 300 within 20 days at the minimum.
How about
ideally,
every
probably
month?
Sooner than that. It might be a week at the most that I can pay the
About
300.
every month.
A week at the most that I pay the 300 once I'm released.
All right. At this time, it appears that Ms. Alvarez has served about 2/3 of the sentence. She makes a point. It's not, like I said, it's not really codified in the law anywhere that you can't serve more than 90 days in a calendar year. However, I would recognize that it does become a barrier to being productive or being employed. And she's served a little over 100 days in the last 12 months. And 63 this time out of a 90-day sentence. I'll go ahead and allow early release. 300 needs to be paid by the end of March. You need to make your monthly payments each and every month hereafter to avoid further enforcement proceedings. Do you understand?
All right, thank you.
All right, we're all set for today.
Door handle doesn't work. Excuse me.